Hello, everyone. This is Mike, and today I'm going to go over my lesson plan, which is on government regulation of complementary and alternative medicine. So this is going to be for a 12th grade class, social studies class. So let's get started here. The essential literacy focus is exchanging information and ideas with others through oral and collaborative discussions on a range of social and academic topics. So we're going to see that reflected in my activities. Here are some of my standards that I chose. We got some history, social science ones, some ELD, where they're going to be listening actively to spoken English in a range of social and academic contexts. Collaborative activities are going to be pretty big in this lesson plan here, as we'll see. So let's take a look at the language functions. Students will be able to explain the principles that underlie federal regulation of CAM, in other words, complementary and alternative medicine in general. So they're going to be reflecting that through an informal activity, such as a jigsaw teaching group. And here, of course, the teacher will just be circulating, checking for understanding and giving feedback. Students will be able to identify the benefits and drawbacks of 5 controversial examples of CAM. And here they're going to look at a graphic organizer and fill it out. And then finally, students will be able to evaluate general regulatory principles and the government's attempts to regulate these 5 principles, or practices rather. And in the end, they're going to have to write a written paragraph, which will be graded. All right, so the language function I chose was explain because they're going to be doing a lot of explaining with the 5 principles of CAM. Here's just some vocabulary that they're going to look at, regulations, FDA, alternative complementary medicine. Alrighty, resources here. Prior knowledge, according to the lesson plan, this assumes that they are already familiar with the 5 types of complementary and alternative medicine, so they're just building off that prior knowledge. So in order to transition, I just decided to have them do like a quick pair share, where they're discussing bibliography that they were given on the previous lesson. So they would just share for 1 minute. The student sharing is standing while the one sitting is listening, and then they're exchanging information. After that, the teacher will just choose 1 or 2 students using equity cards so they can share out the information, just kind of as a way to build on prior knowledge. Hook, we're going to have them watch a video regarding government regulation, which really gets them thinking about how CAM is being regulated within the United States and what does that mean for alternative medicine. So modeling, this is where I'm going to have them pair up into jigsaw expert groups. So each group is going to be required to become an expert on one of the CAM. Let me show you here. Okay, this is flipped upside down, but there's a bibliography that each student reads, and then they get to choose traditional medicine, like mind-body medicine, and so on and so forth. So they're going to be an expert on one of those and fill out their graphic organizers, which is seen here. That's why I flipped it. Yeah, so they're going to have to answer these questions, such as the cultural origins of their CAM practice, what the health benefits are, what does it entail, so on and so forth. And in the following activity, they're going to be broken up into teaching groups. So each of the experts are going to shuffle around into another group, and they're going to learn from each other and fill out the other questions that they don't have. So medical marijuana, chiropractic, acupuncture, they're going to have experts just teaching them like what the benefits are, where the cultural origins of the practice is located, and so on. So I have some scaffolding here. So EL students and students with IEPs will be allowed to use bullet points, short sentences, and phrases. There's also going to be sentence structures, and for struggling students to be able to fill out the graphic organizer correctly, the teacher is going to model that for them. So ideally, he or she are going to reflect the graphic organizer on the screen and fill it out, just showing them how to appropriately cite evidence and what is expected of them. So that's going to serve as a visual scaffold for students to be able to engage and participate in the activity. And once they're done with the graphic organizer and sharing out their information, the independent practice is going to be a 15-minute paragraph where they pretty much sum up everything that they've learned. So they have to at least cite two facts from a reputable source. So they're going to have the sources already from their research activity, and just write down something meaningful. Again, there's going to be scaffolding. So for English learners and students with IEPs, they're going to be allotted more time. And if they don't finish, because this is going to be considered their exit slip, they could just turn it in the following day. But they can also use examples that they see on the wall where the teacher is going to have key vocabulary words or sentence structures in their individual graphic organizers. So they could just go from there. But if they do need that additional assistance or time, they could always take them home and just submit them the next day for homework. And yeah, that's my quick little overview of the lesson plan. Thank you.